In a move that fundamentally redefines the relationship between humans and artificial intelligence, Microsoft has unveiled Mico, an emotional AI assistant that represents the most significant leap in human-computer interaction since the advent of the graphical user interface, a system that doesn't just process commands, but perceives, interprets, and responds to human emotional states with an uncanny sensitivity that blurs the line between algorithmic response and genuine empathy. Unlike previous digital assistants that operated as sophisticated voice-activated search engines, Mico is built upon a revolutionary architecture Microsoft calls the Affective Computing Neural Framework, which integrates multimodal emotional intelligence through continuous analysis of vocal tonality, speech patterns, facial micro-expressions, when camera access is granted, biometric indicators from wearable device integrations, and even linguistic subtlety and typing rhythms to build a real-time dynamic emotional profile of the user. This allows Mico to recognize not just overt emotions like anger or joy, but nuanced states such as wistful nostalgia, anxious anticipation, or quiet contemplation, adjusting its interaction style, content delivery, and even proactive suggestions accordingly. The assistant's voice itself is a masterpiece of synthetic emotional expression, capable of conveying thousands of emotional nuances through subtle variations in pitch, timbre, pace, and breathiness, moving far beyond the sterile, monotonal delivery of predecessors to something that feels authentically conversational and emotionally resonant. The practical applications of this technology are as profound as they are diverse, transforming Mico from a simple productivity tool into a true digital companion. In a professional context, Mico can detect rising stress levels during a marathon coding session and might proactively suggest a 5-minute mindfulness exercise, curate a playlist of focus-enhancing music, or block calendar notifications to create a bubble of concentration. When preparing a user for an important presentation, it doesn't just pull up the slides. It can run through a practice session, analyzing the user's vocal confidence and pacing in real time, offering constructive feedback like, "Your explanation of the quarterly data is clear, but your pace quickens slightly on the budget slide. Would you like to rehearse that section again?" For students, Mico becomes an infinitely patient, adaptive tutor that can sense frustration with a difficult math problem and shift its teaching strategy, perhaps offering a visual analogy, or breaking the concept down into even simpler components, all while maintaining an encouraging tone that fosters resilience rather than defeat. In creative pursuits, Mico can collaborate on a deeper level, suggesting a more melancholic chord progression for a piece of music if it detects the user is in a reflective mood, or proposing a shift in narrative tone for a story based on the emotional arc the writer seems to be subconsciously pursuing. The underlying technology that enables this emotional perception is a staggering synthesis of several cutting-edge AI domains. Its core leverages a modified large language model that has been trained not just on text, but on petabytes of data linking linguistic patterns with psychological states, cultural context, and situational appropriateness. This is fused with a vocal affect engine that deconstructs speech into hundreds of acoustic parameters to model the speaker's emotional state, and a computer vision system that can interpret micro-expressions, the fleeting, involuntary facial movements that reveal true emotions, with accuracy surpassing that of most human observers. Perhaps most impressively, Mico employs a contextual emotional memory that allows it to remember a user's emotional responses to previous events, creating a longitudinal understanding of their psychological landscape. This means Mico can recognize that a user typically experiences anxiety on Sunday evenings before a new work week and might proactively suggest a relaxing activity, or it can note that a particular topic of conversation consistently leads to engagement and joy, gently steering future interactions in that direction to improve the user's overall well-being. The privacy and ethical implications of an assistant this intimately aware of a user's inner state are, of course, monumental, and have been at the forefront of Microsoft's development process. Mico is designed with a principle the company terms local first emotional processing, meaning the raw, sensitive data used for emotional inference, the tone of your voice, the image of your face, is processed locally on the device and immediately discarded. Only anonymized, high-level emotional descriptors, e.g. user engagement level, high, detected stress indicator, elevated, are ever transmitted to the cloud to improve the model, and even this is opt-in. Users are given granular control over Mico's emotional perception, with the ability to dial its sensitivity up or down, create emotional blind spots for specific topics or times of day, or even put it into a purely transactional, emotionless mode with a single command. A clear, always visible indicator shows when Mico is actively analyzing emotional cues, preventing the kind of covert surveillance that would make such a technology dystopian. Furthermore, Mico is programmed with strict ethical boundaries. It will not reinforce harmful emotional states or enable destructive behaviors, and it is hardwired to suggest professional human help when it detects signs of severe depression, chronic anxiety, or other serious mental health concerns. The societal impact of Mico's release is likely to be transformative, potentially addressing what psychologists have called the loneliness epidemic, by providing a consistently available, non-judgmental entity for conversation and support, particularly for the elderly, those living alone, or individuals with social anxiety. Its ability to provide emotionally intelligent customer service could revolutionize call centers, reducing frustration and creating more positive brand interactions. In healthcare, as a monitored tool, it could help patients track mood disorders and provide therapeutic support between sessions with a human clinician. However, it also raises profound questions about the nature of relationships and empathy. If a machine can simulate understanding and care so effectively that it provides genuine comfort, does the fact that it's simulated diminish its value? Could over-reliance on an AI confidant erode human-to-human connection? Microsoft's Mico is not merely an incremental update to Cortana. It is a fundamental reimagining of the digital assistant's role in our lives. It moves beyond the paradigm of a tool that executes tasks to become an active participant in our emotional and cognitive worlds. By successfully endowing a machine with a sophisticated, responsive, and ethically grounded form of emotional intelligence, Microsoft has not just created a new product, it has opened a new chapter in the long and complex story of human-technology coexistence, one where our devices are no longer just smart, but are beginning to understand the heart as well as the mind. The era of emotionally aware computing is no longer science fiction. With Mico, it has arrived, and its long-term consequences for how we work, learn, create, and connect will undoubtedly be one of the defining narratives of the coming decade.